we're back, and we are going to have to set up traps.
Thank you. Now I must leave you, and I am sorry for this. But there are others I must help before the city drowns. This man Sinclair, he is an ally, and will guide you to Eleanor. Goodbye, Herr Delta. And good luck.
Well, look at you. A bona fide knight in armor, complete with iron horse. The name's Augustus Sinclair, Sport, Esquire. Old Tannenbaum and I share an interest in the old Fontaine building, the very same place you'll find Eleanor Lamb. I think you and I can do business. Take the train to Ryan Amusements. I'll see you shortly.
Lamb has taken the Rapture and is responsible for stealing children from the surface. Her splicers destroyed my submersible and forced me to run. But the ticket booth here is secure, and though I cannot trust him, Sinclair is a valuable ally. I have already rescued a few of the new little ones from Lamb. They all want to know how we will get home. I wish I had the right words for them.
Welcome to the Circus of Value!
That's everything.
Whoa there. Now better apply the brakes unless you're aiming to dash yourself against that glacier up ahead. As you can see, Chief, the station here's iced over. To reach Eleanor Lamb at Fontaine headquarters, we'll have to clear the way. Now, in order to melt that ice, you'll need a plasmid, like a handful of hellfire. We used to sell a fine old product called Incinerate in the amusement park up yonder. Go on and find a way in. I've already been on all the rides.
there's a little sister in this level. Thank you for giving me that point of reference. Leave those bandages there in case I need it.
Eleanor is progressing brilliantly. My physical participation in her birth was minimized, of course. It is vital that I am unhindered by nature's crude bias. I will be, above all, her intellectual progenitor, loyal not to her, but to the people she will ultimately save. But I admit, it is with some measure of pride that I review her marks in standard intelligence tests. As an agent of our beliefs, she may surpass even me.
Ah, can't pick it up.
Welcome to the circus.
Let me
Welcome
guard
to
some
the
up.
circus of value.
Oh, it has a limit of how many you can
No refund.
sell now. I don't remember that.
Clown! Fucking clown! You think you're so funny! Open up, doll!
Okay, who's laughing now, fucker?
Welcome to Ryan Amusements. Insert your ticket now. Half price for children under 3.
What? Half price for children under 3? They wouldn't even really enjoy it, would they? That's the point. Ish.
You're a rare old model, son. Alpha series, I believe. Now, Rapture's full of scientific wonderments just like you. And if we can sell them to the world at my price, well, curing your condition ought to be a cakewalk. Once we find Eleanor, the sky's the limit.
Okay, fucker. That's a shiny gun. Security inventory. This is a big shiny gun. Power up the people. Fuck, I want this gun. How do I open this case? I forget if you're ever able to or not. It's just a tease. Fuck, I'm gonna save that to see if I get a weapon in this level.
I was hired to engineer a park the likes of which no man has seen. Now all I do is watch over it like a grizzled sheepdog. My first line of mechanical puppets made the children here coo with wonder. But Ryan thought my vision was immature. Antiquated, he said. This place could have been something magical. But instead, he turned it into a school. No, a cathedral. Dedicated to himself.
Alright, fuck it. Let me get the power of the people. I want this fucking gun. I'm pretty sure that this gun is actually fake. It's just there to fuck with you. 'Cause I am almost 100% sure there is no way to open that case. Fuel efficiency, damage increase. Oh, for fuck's sake, what's this? Group size or damage? Let's go damage first.
Can I come out to play again, Mr. B?
I needed a ticket to get in.
Jam dandy. That'll get you in the park. But buying Incinerate's gonna cost Adam. It's a sort of genetic goo that lets you rewrite whatever God gave you. The little sisters carry the stuff, as you may recall, so you'll need to locate one. I heard whispering near the El Dorado Lounge. Have a look.
I stopped making you, you flying.
Well, ain't that a kick in the fucking head? Only gonna do this once because I 100% forgot that that was there. Although to be practical, that the rivet gun's probably gonna be more common in ammo. But hey, what do I
Whoa
know?
there. Now better apply the brakes unless you're aiming to dash yourself against that glacier up ahead.
What the hell? Ah.
As you can see, Chief, the station here's iced over. To reach Eleanor Lamb at Fontaine headquarters, we'll have to clear the way. Now, in order to melt that ice, you'll need a plasmid, like a handful of hellfire. We used to sell a fine old product called Incinerate in the amusement park up yonder. Go on and find a way in. I've already been on all the rides.
I should have known they'd do some bullshit like that.
Eleanor is progressing brilliantly. My physical participation in her birth was minimized, of course. It is vital that I am unhindered by nature's crude bias. I will be, above all, her intellectual progenitor, loyal not to her, but to the people she will ultimately save. But I admit, it is with some measure of pride that I review her marks in standard intelligence tests. As an agent of our beliefs, she may surpass even me.
For children under 3.
You're a rare old model, son. Alpha series, I believe. Now, Rapture's full of scientific wonderments just like you. And if we can sell them to the world at my price, well, curing your condition ought to be a cakewalk. Once we find Eleanor, the sky's the limit.
I was hired to engineer a park the likes of which no man has seen. Now all I do is watch over it like a grizzled sheepdog. My first line of mechanical puppets made the children here coo with wonder. But Ryan thought my vision was immature. Antiquated, he said. This place could have been something magical. But instead, he turned it into a school. No, a cathedral. Dedicated to himself.
Jam dandy. That'll get you in the park. But buying Incinerate's gonna cost Adam. It's a sort of genetic goo that lets you rewrite whatever God gave you. The Little Sisters carry the stuff, as you may recall, so you'll need to locate one. I heard whispering near the El Dorado Lounge. Have a look.
Okay. Damage, recoil reduction. What does this do? Highly electrical prevents shots from breaking upon first impact. Alright, let's get the recoil, because the more shots that hit are probably better than the more shots that even if they miss, they do damage. Less damage.
Get yourself hit! No fuck-ups this time!
Ah, yeah, that's so nice.
Daddy's home!
Very
Take aim! Fire! Come on! Go!
No ammo.
I am Andrew Ryan. Welcome to Ryan Amusement.
Sports boost. Passive tonic. Gene tonic. Sports boost. Move slightly faster. Wow, you can get a lot of fucking
Please enjoy the park.
Right, this comes with all the DLC, so it might come with tonic DLCs if there were any.
Andrew Ryan wakes one night while cruising the Atlantic in his steamliner, the Olympian. His sleep interrupted with a singular purpose. Here, he shouts to his crewmen as he wipes sleep from his eyes. Full stop. We begin building here. Refitted for heavy construction, the Olympian returns with a new cargo. A state-of-the-art submersible platform, nicknamed the Sinker, ferries supplies and workers to the sea floor, fathoms below. After initial supplies have been brought to the seafloor, the platform is permanently moored in the sediment. Massive iron girders are sunk hundreds of feet into the rock and silt. Below the platform, engineers work to overcome obstacles such as diamond-hard rock, obstinate sea life, and unexpected peril.
I love the kids in Miss Englert's third grade class, but boy, I had no idea what I was getting into. Volunteering to chaperone this New Year's sleepover party at Ryan Amusements. Donnie, get down off that exhibit, and I told you, spit out that gum! You'll choke! The kids' parents deserve a night off to enjoy New Year's, but I'm at my wit's end. Donnie, I told you!
Okay. Gift shop.
After the platform is secured, work progresses at an astounding rate. Designed to be the foundation of Rapture, workers toil around the clock to create the metropolis you see today.
I may be hungry, but I'll not beg. I'm above it. A proud lad. You're too confident.
Yo, staff on. Okay, let's go to the gift shop. That should be fun.
Your kind ain't welcome here!
Ah, fuck him.
You won't listen.
Where is my...
I still serve.
You're getting it. Zap him. Oh, these are 50 caliber bullets. Yeah. 50 caliber bullets. Sure, I'll buy an extra batch just to make sure I need them. There goes that caricature is not racist. Okay, what else is in the gift shop? Yes, of course, the safe. Fuck! What?
Used to be, there was no margin in running the gift shop. I couldn't hardly sell off this tourist crap for a penny more than the cost of manufacture. Then I met a straight shooter named Sinclair, and he laid a sweet deal on me. Says he's got some hard luck folks down at Popper's Drop can whip up this junk at half the cost I used to pay. Yeah, I had to pick a needle or two out of the shipments, but all in all, nobody's the wiser, and I'm all the richer.
And that is how our economy got in the crapper. I don't know what the blue does. Yeah, additional cash. Anti-personnel rounds. Ah, machine gun. Of course.
This fine shelter. You're not fit to drop. Darling.
Ooh, cola. Hold it. What? Where'd you go? Thank you. Oh shit, I have heavy rivets now. I have all 3 rivet types. That'll be nice. Okay. What's behind me? Caliber bullets, not bad. Old Thomasky. Ow. Move, you frickin'.
I know the surface, Eleanor. I spent half a lifetime there, in service of the common good. But then, I heard my own words twisted by fat old men squatting over the embers of Hiroshima.
Oh,
Were the
jeez.
modern world a patient in my care, I would diagnose it suicidal. On perhaps that point alone, Andrew Ryan is correct. Rapture is deliverance.
Okay.
Each of us has a moral duty to increase the common joy and ease the common pain. Alone,
What are you gonna hit me with?
we are nothing. Mere engines of self-interest. Together, we are the family. And through unity, we transcend the self.
Nothing? Okay. Why not?
Well, I hope you have somebody to carry on your family name.
I walked in the valley of the shadow of death. You speak it through me!
No use hiding. I know this estate like the back of my hand. Your word!
To the future.
Busted pile of junk! You broke it, didn't you, Edna?
And for the family! I have the wins on my side! Who called this trash? Ruffian!
What the sake?
Seems like everybody's on the go these days. Everybody but you. You still haven't
Oh, fuck
experienced
me.
Ryan Industries' new spring line of plasmids. Isn't it about time you got caught up? Evolved today.
Pain in the ass. Oh, there goes, I think, an achievement I got once. Fuck off, you piece of shit. Pain in the ass.
We lost another of the Alpha Series protectors today in testing. Somewhere outside the city limits, he simply vanished. For these men, Rapture has no walls. We must find a method of conditioning them against abandonment of the Little Sisters. Something physical, possibly even lethal. The lab aides are starting to call them Big Daddies. Perhaps there's some genius to that. Bonded pairs, connected by a love that kills.
Generate health. Okay, so I found it right. Not found that yet. So now I got a guard dog.
Came back, huh?
Okay, I guess check out downstairs next. What's this place? Journey to the surface. Oh, my drill is full. Hey, move. Can't go that way. Alright, time to go to the progression.
Until you arrive, Father, I'm trapped here. Smuggling these gifts out is the most I can do to help.
Okay. Drill power. Nice.
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for...
Eleanor Lamb speaking. Mum says I'm not to play with the other children because they're being raised on a diet of dog-eat-dog. I wanted to see these dog-eaters, so I waited until Mum was gone and went out to find one. And guess what? The dog-eaters wear human skins. It makes them look just like us.
Boy, she must have gotten in trouble for that. Fucking... God damn it. Ooh.
Now that Big Daddy won't bite until you do. But to get to Lil Sis, you gotta put the old boy down for good.
I found one of those children at last. Filthy dress, all alone. I approached her, praying that it was my little girl. But she was gorging herself on blood from a corpse. It wasn't her. I stared, just reeling. And then that skinny, armored freak that took Cindy jumped me, shrieking like an animal. I escaped, but could Cindy have become one of those things? I've got to find her, now more than ever.
Take a breath, son. You did it. Now, just let her ride on your shoulders and she'll trust you like her own daddy.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's how this worked here.